There, ready to go. All in all, I dare say I am much better prepared for this new group session. I must send a thank you note to Princess Twilight for lending me her classroom facilities for the day. Especially after what happened last time. Still, anger management is a critical skill, and I feel I must try again to do my part to help maintain harmony in Equestria. I wonder what sort of colorful characters will show up this time. Strange. I could have sworn a new visitor would have arrived as soon as...
Yaks always first! Pony door's too small! What is Yak Prince first for again? Young Yona said go to this room.
Prince Rutherford! Thank you for arriving so promptly. Welcome to my anger management workshop. I'm certainly glad Miss Yona recommended my services to you. I am DrWolf, and...
Yak Prince not angry! Yak's best at being calm! Yak Prince go home and smash living room table again!
Wait just a moment, please. I'm certain Yaks are exceptional at being calm. In fact, I was hoping you could stay for my session. Perhaps you can demonstrate to me and the other participants on how it's done.
Very well. Yak Prince show doggy thing how Yak gets calm.
I would be most grateful for you to stay and share your insights with the others. Now, you are indeed the first, so if you'll have a seat, I'm sure the other participants will be here shortly. Oh, greetings. You must be...
Chancellor Naysay of the Equestria Education Association. And you must be this Dr. Wolf I've heard of. When I saw that you were planning to hold your session on school grounds, I felt it necessary to look into your credentials. Tell me, sir, did you graduate from an accredited pony university to earn your degree?
Oh, of course. I think you'll find all my records in order at the Canterlot Psychological Academy. I wasn't exactly easy to miss either, being the only non-pony in my graduating class.
Indeed. It seems that non-ponies are a trend these days.
Why don't you have a seat? You can observe my methods for yourself if you are unconvinced.
I certainly will. You may have gained the public approval of Princess Celestia and Princess Twilight Sparkle, but the EEA demands adherence to very particular standards.
Well, aren't you a barrel of laughs?
Well, hello there. Princess Ember, I believe?
That's Dragon Lord, Ember. Twilight told me this is a good place to cool off. So you're going to be teaching anger managing and self-control and stuff, right?
I certainly am. And the more participants we have to delve into the subject together, the better.
Sounds good to me. I want to hear all about it.
Alrighty then. I believe that's enough participants to get underway. I'd like to thank you all for coming to this afternoon's session. I'm certain we will make a considerable amount of progress together. I was thinking we could start by going around the room and sharing each of our personal methods for dealing with stress and anger. Who would like to...
Hold on a minute there, Sonny. You're not gonna keep me out of this.
Oh, hello there. And you are?
Name's Gruff. Grandpa Gruff. And if I'm late, it ain't my fault. Your signs were hard to read.
Oh, no worries, really. We've barely even started. Please have a seat. I am Dr. Wolf, and we were just about to go around the group sharing each of our own methods for...
Yak first!
Very well. Prince Rutherford, if you don't mind, what are some techniques that you use to relieve your own anger?
When Yak feel mad, Yak show others Yak stronger than anger.
Well, that sounds rather interesting. And how, may I ask, do you...
Yak Prince feel better.
Do you mind? You're not the only one in the room.
Pony have problem with how yaks scare away anger?
The only thing you're going to scare away are the other ponies around.
Hey, that's a pretty cool way to calm down. I might try it later. So Naysay, why don't you go next?
Is this your technique, Dr. Wolf? You allow your clients to lead the session?
This is just an introductory exercise, Chancellor. We will be taking a more structured route in a bit. But if you would kindly share...
Very well, if you must know. My occupation often involves having to deal with feckless miscreants who constantly attempt to bend or break the rules for their own convenience, and dare to upset years of carefully maintained order and perfection. It can be quite trying at times to keep Equestria's institutions running smoothly. So, to alleviate stress when I'm not working for the Education Board, I browse through the over 700 volumes of ancient unicorn arts and enchantments in the Canterlot Library. Every now and then I manage to discover a new spell I can use to better enforce the rules.
What is miscreant?
So, you're saying you work, even when you're not working?
I am always more calm when I know I can be more effective at keeping order.
Sounds about right. After that stunt you pulled at the opening of the school, I figured you had a ramrod stuck up your ass.
Mr. Gruff, perhaps you'd like to share the techniques that you use to relieve your anger.
I never get mad.
Well, surely there have been moments where you've had to deal with high stress.
Boy, when you've been saving bits and raising griffin chicks as long as I have, a little stress ain't nothing to complain about. You'll need to grow a thicker hide like mine.
That's not the only thing you have that's thick.
What? What did you say?
Pony said that not only thing you have that...
Hey Doc, mind if we pass it over to me?
Of course, Miss Ember. Please, I do appreciate your enthusiasm.
Well, let's see. It's easy to get angry for a bunch of reasons when rolling over a horde of dragons, but I can usually unwind by doing some rolling and wrestling, shooting fireballs, playing King of the Horde, and swimming in the lava pool. Also, just the other day, Spike came over to the Dragonlands and taught me how to play this game called Ogres and Dabu Thingies, and it really worked. I haven't slept that long in weeks.
I beg your pardon, Miss Dragon Lord, but if the point of this session is to recommend new relaxing methods we can all perform, I don't believe ponykind would feel better if they tried bathing in lava.
Yak Prince try lava!
Are you serious, you woolly fool?
Yaks try dragon way to relax.
Instead of jumping into a hole and burning alive, why don't you try something that's truly productive, like, if I may suggest, reading a book?
Why don't you both try the lava? It would surely make my day.
Chancellor Naysay, Mr. Gruff, please, let's try to keep the conversation supportive and civil.
Only way, not only way!
You don't say. Well then, let's review the direction that your way of managing stress has gotten you and your fellow yaks. Spending generations living on a frozen mountain top 100 miles from nowhere.
Yaks not mad. Yaks like cold.
Hey Gramps, you sure you don't want to jump in with some of your own anti-stress ideas?
Sure you don't want to wreck and frack and show your ideas on your own anti-stress.
You're wasting your breath asking him again. What would this old buzzard do to relax anyway? Let me guess. Counting pocket change repeatedly? Or perhaps preening non-existent feathers?
That's none of your business, Pony!
Oh, please share, won't you? That is the purpose of this session, isn't it?
Well, we really shouldn't pressure Mr. Gruff to speak if he doesn't want to.
You will see this on your evaluation, I can assure you of that.
Griffin no want to speak. Pony stop scaring Griffin.
Let's make something perfectly clear here. It was ponykind that provided the education Princess Twilight so desperately wants to spread across the land through this school. Without it, you would all be spending your lives on nothing but kicking rocks in the snow, or hoarding treasure in dark, musty caves.
Anger back!
Everyone, let's try to stay...
Yak Prince, yell now!
And sometimes being too kind can actually keep a friend from doing what they need to do.
Okay. I didn't want to say anything. I was trying to keep things cool. But do you know why I showed up here today? Because Twilight asked me to keep an eye on all of you so that there wouldn't be another all-out spat.
Miss Ember, is that true?
Look, being the Dragon Lord is not easy. I have to deal with what my dad and all the bigger dragons back home expect from me. Not to mention the bonehead teenagers I have to look after every day. But the first friend I ever made taught me that dragons can actually become so much more than what the Dragon Lords before me laid out all those years ago. That's why I sent Smolder to the School of Friendship. Because I want to break the mold and lead the dragons to a better future. And we can't do that if we don't try to listen to others who think differently from us. So dragons don't have schools like ponies do. So yaks can't swim in lava. So what? At least we all have one thing in common. We can listen to each other and learn how we all face our own problems. We're in school, aren't we? Oh, pipe down.
Chancellor, if you could please forgive...
Dr. Wolf, if I may ask, how do you prefer to cope with stress and anger yourself?
Well, I suppose the best ways I've found for dealing with anger have to do with allowing myself to be vulnerable. It is natural for us to want to feel guarded against a perceived challenge or threat, for which anger can emerge as a natural defense mechanism. But that same defensiveness can close us off to new perspectives that might allow us to let go of whatever prideful or personal insecurity we are trying to protect. Thus, our growth is stunted, as is our ability to open up and give our own perspective back to others in a helpful way. And not only that, but continuously feeding that anger often doesn't help to abate the anger of those around you. I've learned over the years that it is not all about me. There are many others who depend on what I can give, after all.
I see. Prince Rutherford, I understand we have had our differences in the past, but I must concede that our young yak,
Yona!
of course, Yona, has displayed exceptional performance in this program. She and the other students have succeeded in one area that I have clearly failed.
Come again? You were muttering that last part.
Pony said...
I have failed. I was so accustomed to being in control, but when that dreadful filly turned the entire school against me, it was a harsh realization. I had never felt more vulnerable. That is, until Yona and the other children came to rescue me. It was then that I saw them, not as a motley band of unconventional and untrustworthy non-ponies, but a group of diligent students who could see past each other's differences. Something I have never felt the need to do until recently. So, Prince Rutherford, I'd like to ask if we could take the time to follow suit with one another.
My goodness. That is very big of you, Chancellor.
Yak Prince forgive? Yak Prince ask Pony to show Yak Prince books.
Well, I'm pretty sure you can't use the spells from them, but I believe there was a chapter or two pertaining to creating collateral damage.
Then Yak Prince show Pony how yaks scare away anger.
Well, give me some time to go home and find my earplugs, and I'll be right with you.
Pony try scaring anger.
Me? I would rather not.
Pony do it. Yak Prince bring crowd to cheer Pony on.
Well, that certainly worked out nicely.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Miss Ember.
Alright, Sonny. I stayed for the entirety of your pathetically boring session. So, when do I get my cash prize?
I'm sorry?
Don't give me that! I was told there would be a giant bag of bits waiting for me if I came out here all the way from Griffinstone. And I'm not gonna let you cheat me out of it!
Mr. Gruff, my most humble apologies if you were somehow given that idea, but I can assure you these sessions have never involved any kind of cash.
You low-down, good-for-nothing mutt! I know what I read in that letter. I swear I'll take this to your pony princesses!
Will you take it down a notch, Gramps? I'm trying to study for finals.
This don't concern you, boy. This is a squabble between grown-ups.
Could have fooled me. But then how else was I going to get you down here?
Boy,
I think we are owed an explanation here, Mr. Gallus.
Yeah, sorry for the ruse, Doc, but there's something I really wanted to talk to Gramps about for a while now. And I thought maybe you could help us out with that.
what? What's in your head, boy? You have the gall to drag me out here for...
It was the only thing I could do to get you to sit down and really talk for a change.
Talk about what?
Family. Look, Gramps, you may not be my real grandpa, but you've always been the closest thing to having one for me. And well, let's just say you always seemed to know I didn't have anyone else when I was younger. And why else did you choose me out of all the other young Griffins to have the chance to come to this school? You just never showed it in front of anyone else.
Boy, Gallus. I don't know if I would say that. I mean, you've had it rough. Kind of like I did. I just wanted to make sure some Griffin was looking out for you. But I'm the head of Griffinstone and all, and I can't be picking favorites. So, is the school working out for you, or?
Yeah. Thanks, Gramps.
Perhaps this is something worth exploring after all. Gallus, why don't you take a seat?
Well, things are getting a little too sappy in here for me, so I think I'll leave the rest to you, Doc.
Thank you kindly once again, Miss Ember. You were a big help today.
Well, it's good to be helping, isn't it?